Welcome to Digital Citizenship, Grade 11, Lesson Number 5. This is our final lesson for Grade 11 and is titled College Bound. Our essential question for this lesson is, how can information that you post on the internet affect your future opportunities? Before we can dive into this topic, we need to understand what the term digital footprint means. A digital footprint is all the information about a person that can be found online. Did you know that information in a digital footprint becomes public by being copied and passed on so that it can be searched and viewed by a large invisible audience? Information in a digital footprint is often permanently online because it is archived in a variety of ways and passed on by others. Whether you like it or not, you create a digital footprint when you do things online. And you should be aware that you have the power to create a positive digital footprint that can benefit you in the future and provide you with more opportunities. You also have the opportunity to make a negative digital footprint, which can limit your opportunities as far as college applications, trying to apply for jobs, or take advantage of future opportunities. How you cultivate this digital footprint is important, especially in this 21st century digital age that we live in. An example of somebody who takes pride in the digital footprint is a boss right here. And he's going to give you his example of how he's able to cultivate a positive digital footprint that he's used to his advantage when others have done the opposite.
I've seen pictures also where people put up pictures where they were kind of revealing a lot. I feel like they're not that explicit in person, but I feel like they put up pictures just to attract certain attention or to attract people that they don't know. People put up statuses that, to me, are kind of disrespectful sometimes, especially if your parent was actually a part of you on your page, you would not put that up. So I feel like you should be respectful to people who are around you and people who are actually looking at your page. You make sure that if you're going to have something on your page, something that anybody that you care about or anybody that you know would, be fine with looking at, not like including your parents, family members, People put it like a little pictures of them like their shirt off if it's a guy, and it wasn't seen as bad because everybody was doing it. I personally didn't agree with it. I'm like, why do you need to do that? I understand if they put up pictures of they're at the beach or something, but if it's just like a little camera picture in the bathroom of them with their shirt off or showing something, to me it's just really unprofessional. I heard now that a lot of colleges actually look at search you on Facebook to actually check out if they want to have you as a student or not. So a lot of my friends kind of changed their last name or changed their first name in order for them not to be found or make it so you can't be found. With me, I didn't really change it because I really didn't have anything to hide. If anything, I feel like it would help me in a way, for the colleges to look at me, and I actually got admitted to San Francisco State. Part of it is because it shows that I'm really active with family members because I have a lot of pictures of my family in there. I have older pictures. And also if I'm not sure if they actually can see all the statuses, but a lot of the statuses I put up are connected to some of the work I do because I'm also a community organizer with the organization called Youth Together. So I put up a lot of statuses about that, or I put up my music. And I'm really kind of responsible. I have 2 sisters that I take care of. I don't have any pictures of me at parties doing crazy stuff. I don't have any of that. I think colleges will actually like my Facebook page because it kind of shows that I'm active. And I feel like it just kind of if you look at my page, it's nothing. I feel like there's nothing on there that kind of brings me down.
All right, on your blank sheet of paper that you've been filling in for lessons 1, 2, 3, and 4, answer the following questions. What were some of the messages that stood out to you in this video? Can you relate to a boss? Yes or no? And do you think you should judge someone based solely on what you find out about them online? Yes or no? Take a moment, pause this video, answer those questions, and then move on. According to Kaplan's survey of college admissions officers, 35% have discovered something online about an applicant to their school that negatively impacted their application. Stuff is very easy to find, and your digital footprint is something that most people can find if they look hard enough. One more case study for us to be aware of is more of a negative digital footprint. Josh Hader is a Milwaukee Brewer. He was an all-star in 2018. He's a dominant relief pitcher, for those of you that care. And he made some really poor decisions when he was in high school with social media that actually resurfaced during the All-Star game this year. And I'll let the story explain itself.
Anne Arundel County native and all-star pitcher Josh Hader finds himself at the center of controversy after racist and homophobic tweets surfaced during last night's all-star game. WJZ is live downtown. Rick Ritter has details on the tweets and the apology from the Brewers pitcher. Hi, Rick.
Well, Josh Hader stole the show last night, but for all of the wrong reasons. His family, they were actually in the stands wearing his jersey. They had to take those jerseys off and put blank ones on because these tweets were so offensive. Hader says even though they're from years ago, there's no excuse. From the time he stepped on the mound, that is wiggled out of here, to the minute he returned to the locker room, Josh Hader's all-star night quickly imploded right in front of his eyes.
Just came in and my phone was blown up.
At just 24 years old, the Millersville native and Brewers pitcher is now at the center of a Twitter firestorm after racial and homophobic tweets he put out years ago made their way into the spotlight. Posts that date back to 2011 and 2012. Hader tweeted out, "White power, KKK, and I hate gay people." Another post even dropped the N-word.
That doesn't reflect on who I am as a person today.
Hader spoke after Tuesday night's game.
I was 17 years old. As a child, I was immature, and I, obviously said some things that were inexcusable.
Major League Baseball put out a statement calling Hader's comments unacceptable, highly offensive, and hurtful, adding that the pitcher will now be required to conduct sensitivity training and participate in the league's diversity and inclusion initiatives.
There's no excuse for what was said, and I'm deeply sorry for what I've said.
The 24-year-old is facing the noise head-on. It says he's ready for whatever, if any, consequences come his way.
I just live up to what happened, and just move on from it. Obviously, we all make mistakes.
Now, the Milwaukee Brewers, they put out a statement saying the comments are inexcusable regardless of when they were sent out. They said they will continue to work with Josh for this issue. Back to you.
All right. So one more time, looking at that case study on your sheet of paper, what surprised you about the story, if anything, or what caught you or stood out to you from it? What do you think the responses of his teammates were? And do you think the consequences given to him were appropriate, yes or no? And then finally, what types of online information help present the most positive image of you? So quickly write down 2 to 3 things that present the best image of you for online information. And then one last thing to write down on your sheet of paper. What are some of the larger ethical implications of sharing thoughts, information online about others? Consider, if others view something, if you choose to show something about somebody else that paints him in a bad light, how much power does that give you? What kind of influence does that give you? So what are the ethical decisions that need to be made with online information? Once you have finished writing down your answers to these prompts, submit them to me, and you have now become digitally certified for 11th grade digital citizenship. So once you have finished, give that to me, and let's get you started on the next activity.